Hey y'all, welcome back to part 2 of this MicroLoc Retie session. I'll be showing you guys how I retie my hair as well as giving you 21 pros and cons to you doing your own MicroLoc reties yourself.
Everything they say, I understand. So I can speak the language.
Let's first unpack the pros and then we're going to get into the cons. The very first thing we're going to get into is the cost saving, because we all know that you are going to save some money doing it yourself, and I think it is so worth it because I'm trying to keep everything I got, and I know a lot of other people are too. Just to put it in perspective, I've probably retied my hair at least 10 times, and each time that I would have had to pay for a retie, it would have been about $160 if I went to a salon. It might have even been $200 because I can't seem to find nobody in my area, but nonetheless, this would have been $1,600 because I'm on month 16 of my MicroLoc journey. For me, that money can go somewhere else, like a nice trip, so it can be a game changer for your wallet. Number 2 is going to be personal empowerment. Now picture this, you taking control of your MicroLoc journey, and it's not just maintaining your locks. You are going to now have a newfound confidence and empowerment and a deeper connection with your journey because you are in charge, and that feels really good, y'all. Side note, that reminds me of the movie Hustle and Flow where the girl was like, I'm in charge. Y'all remember? Number 3 is going to be customization with your reties. And what I mean by that is having the option between the 2, 3, and 4-point rotation. And you will be able to explore which one is going to work best for you and your hair type. Now, you can still do this whenever you go to the salon. However, I personally rotated between 2 different rotations just to see which one was best for me. Throughout my journey, I have actually did a 2, 3, and a 4-point rotation on my MicroLocs, and that's a skill that now I have obtained. A lot of people going into their MicroLoc journey may want to change the rotation they do because they may want a different appearance to their locks, so you can switch your rotation anytime. Also, you can do that if you have a loctician, but you just got to make sure to tell them, hey, this is the rotation that I want to go for, and just make sure it's suitable for your hair type. But I can change my rotation type anytime I want, so I absolutely love that. Number 4 is time efficiency. Now, we all know time is precious, and so is your journey, and you want to make sure you are making the most of your time. You will be able to do whatever you need to do whenever you have the time to do it. So that is one of the things I like about being pro DIY. Number 5 is a learning experience. Now, every retie, y'all, is a learning experience because you're getting that hands-on training, hands-on experience with your locks. So every time you do it, you're going to become better and better, and I promise you, you're going to get faster over time, even if you don't notice it. Them hours is going to start cutting down because I think as your locks mature, you have a lot less of the merging and things of that sort at the root. So it's going to become a lot quicker and more effective for you each time. Number 6 is going to be that you can give your locks immediate attention, and that is everything in my opinion when it comes to MicroLocs, because you just never know what can pop up. So if you have the ability to go ahead and address it, where you can just go ahead and retie your locks that are slipping or anything like that, this gives you the ability to attack any problems that you have quickly instead of waiting if you must have to get a retie at a salon or by a loctician, which could be better for your hair because you're able to take care of it promptly. Number 7 is connection to your locks. Now, when you retie your locks yourself, you're going to have a profound connection that blooms each time that you do your retie, and it's going to make you feel real close to your hair. You're going to start understanding the growth, the texture, and the uniqueness of your locks, and you're going to start to see the things that make you different, the things that stand out and that are unique about you. One of the things that I found about myself is that I have 2 locks, one on each side of my head, that just like to grow faster than the other, and I'm thinking about putting some lock jewels on them, thinking about cutting them. I don't know what I'm going to do, but you start to notice little things like that. I already knew this, and I also noticed that my curl pattern in the front is way looser than the one in the back, and that's reflected in my lock journey because the back of my head is just locked up so quick. In the front, I still have some ends that are still quite curly. They haven't quite sealed all the way, so you'll start to see all these things transpire. The beautiful thing about our MicroLocs and our locks is that not all of our hair responds the same way. It all doesn't act the same way. It all doesn't even look the same way. We may even know somebody that has a curl pattern or hair type like ours, but however, our lock journeys are very, very different depending on person to person, your genes and things of that sort, and also how you take care of your hair. So you're going to have some things that are different about your lock journey, but I definitely say embrace them and learn to love them or learn to accept them because that's what makes your locks your locks. Number 8 8 is convenience. Now you get a lot of convenience when you're able to just hop in your chair, get your interlocking tool, and start interlocking your hair. You don't have to wait for an appointment, don't have to wait for a retie schedule to be available. You just do it whenever you feel like it, whenever it suits you. So I love making convenience a part of my MicroLoc journey, because some days I feel like it, some days I don't, but I don't have the pressure of missing an appointment or anything like that. I just do it whenever I feel up to it again. Number 9 pro is bonding time. Now I like to take this time right here when I'm retying my hair for a personal self-care session. Now that could include me sipping some tea, me watching a show, lighting a candle, and just trying to relax, because I do get a little stressed whenever it's time for me to retie my hair. But I also find this time very relaxing because I'm usually like deep into a podcast or into an album or something that I've been waiting to sit down and have the time to listen to. So this is a great bonding experience with me and my locks, and me just some time to unwind. So yeah, y'all, I definitely recommend take the time to do that. Put on a podcast, put on some slow jams, light a candle, sip some tea, whatever you got to do to get yourself in a good headspace. The 10th pro to interlocking your hair yourself is that you are now going to be part of a community, y'all. And the community is the community of DIYers. It's a great community, if I can say so myself, y'all. Hey, hi, I'm here if you need me. There is a whole bunch of people that look for other people who do their locks themselves, and we are here to inspire each other. We love to see other people doing their locks themselves, because we're also going through the same thing. The reason why we're even able to DIY MicroLocs and things of that sort is because the knowledge has been put out for us to thrive as a community. People are very encouraging to other people who are DIYing their lock journeys, and I think it's a beautiful thing to see. There's a lot of Facebook groups, many other social media platforms that share lock journeys of DIYers, and it's to encourage people. So y'all, if you're feeling discouraged, just go ahead and just watch somebody else's journey. Watch a whole bunch of them, because they're all going to be very different, but it definitely will uplift you. Number 11 on why you should go ahead and try to interlock your hair yourself is that you will gain a valuable practical skill. And some of these skills are patience, persistence, practicality, honesty. All these things are very important on your lock journey. And knowledge is power, y'all. These are invaluable skills to learn, and you can also use this in other places of your life. You may even learn these skills because you started your lock journey. Because you've shown yourself you are able to have patience with your locks, you may show yourself that you are able to be patient in other areas of your life. So this is overall a great thing. Which ties into tip number 12, which is a sense of achievement. Now, when you are able to retie your hair yourself, you are going to definitely feel like you are on top of the world. I'm not even gonna lie, there's gonna be moments of your lock journey where you're gonna feel like you are being tested. However, there are gonna be such big moments of achievement and celebrating throughout the growth of your locks. You're gonna see that you can do anything, and it's gonna feel really good to know that as long as you see it through, uplift yourself and don't be so hard on yourself and have an attitude like you can't do it, you will be able to do anything that you want to do, and it's gonna reflect in your hair. Now we're going to get into the cons of you retying your hair yourself. Now the first con is going to be a complex technique. The technique I'm referring to is the art of interlocking, because I believe that is definitely an art. It's a technique and requires you to master and get it down pat so you can have nice locks. Now, this may be harder to conquer for some people than others, but you can conquer them. However, I do understand that a lot of people do not want to learn this technique and get it down pat, and that is perfectly fine, and that is what locticians are for. Number 2 is the risk of damage. So with great power comes great responsibility, and interlocking your hair wrong can pose risk, especially for beginners, and you want to make sure that you're doing it right, because it can lead to damage if you do it wrong. Now, I've heard some stories of people saying that they've done it wrong. Maybe they interlocked their hair too tight, maybe knotted their hair, or did many different things that you can do going wrong as a beginner, and that is one of the risks when it comes to retying your hair yourself. Being a DIYer, you definitely face some obstacles. However, a lot of these things can be fixed, but you definitely don't want to do anything that's going to put the overall health of your hair in grave damage. The number 3 con to interlocking your hair yourself is patience required. Now, I can't even tell you guys how many times I get told I am so patient, and I'll be totally honest with you, patience is a virtue, and I thank God that He gives it to me every time I interlock my hair. And let me just say this. Interlocking is a time-consuming task, and that's just the nature of the beast here when you're doing your own self-retie. If patience is something that you lack, it's going to be very difficult on this journey, and I believe that is the reason why a lot of people do not DIY, because it takes a lot, and you gotta dig deep. Honestly, I completely understand because some people say they're able to get their whole head retied in about 4 to 5 hours. Meanwhile, a lot of us DIYers, we're sitting in the chair for off and on 2 to 3 days. Some of us 4 to 5 days, depending on how many locks they have. Because the more locks you got, the longer you finna be sitting down. So I totally get it, but it is something to consider on this MicroLoc journey. The number 4 con of doing your MicroLoc reties yourself is lack of professional guidance. I wouldn't even feel right talking about this topic without addressing the elephant in the room, and that is the absence of professional guidance and the impact it makes, because they are the subject matter expert, y'all. This is not to say that you too one day cannot be by DIYing your hair yourself. It's just saying at a starting point, you may not be there yet and you don't have the knowledge. And you may have just went to YouTube University just like me. I can just see it now. Somebody standing in front of the mirror, determined and ready to go ahead and do their DIY interlocking or their retie, but they are lacking the eyes of a seasoned stylist or professional in this field. That can be a challenge for people trying to go the DIY route. A loctician is kind of like a hair whisperer, in my opinion. They're like the guardian of your locks, and they're able to see a lot of issues before they escalate. However, when you're doing your own self-reties or you're doing your own locks yourself, you are the captain of the ship. Now, that is a great responsibility, and it feels great, but it's a lot to learn, and you got to get past the learning curve. It's like riding a bike without any training wheels. At first, you are going to wobble a bit at first, but once you get your balance, it's going to be a smoother ride, and we have all been there. Those initial moments of uncertainty, questioning everything that you're doing. Are you doing the interlocking pattern right? Looking at them videos over and over and over. It's all going to pay off, y'all. The real plot twist here that I've even experienced is that the mistakes you make during your self-reties are a part of the journey, and that's what makes it special. They are all part of your unique journey. So all of these tales and things like that, one day you're going to go back and look, and you're going to laugh about it because you've come so far. Just keep in mind, the lack of professional guidance isn't a roadblock. Instead, I look at it more as a detour. The destination remains the same: beautiful, healthy MicroLocs that is going to tell your personalized, unique story of your hair. Embrace the challenge, celebrate the victories, and reveal the fact that every twist and turn is going to add a new chapter to your loc journey that you're going to look back on and be proud of. Now, I did a lot of talking in this video, but I am finally on my last loc, y'all, and it just goes to show you that everything that I said is exactly true, and I'm practicing what I'm preaching, because I just showed you. This is patience, y'all. Patience front and center. I was so glad to finally be on the last loc because I've been in this chair retying my locks for about 4 days, and this is the end product, y'all. Ooh, look at that. I'm just so happy with how it turned out. Now I have another 2 months to the next time I gotta redo this, and I'm happy with that because I don't like to be in my hair, and it is worth it. If you do decide to interlock your hair yourself, let your locks be a statement as a testimony to the artistry that unfolds when you take control of your loc journey. I hope this retie session has inspired you and empowered you to explore the beauty of your self-maintenance. And remember, it's not all about the final look, but it's about the journey itself, the twists, the turns, and the lessons learned along the way. If you got any value out of this video, please go ahead and hit the like button and let me know down below. Is there any pros and cons that you think there is to interlocking your hair yourself? Would you recommend going to a loctician instead? Why or why not? I will list my full MicroLoc playlist after this video, and until next time, thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.